And we're here with Coach Rich Schelsky of the Parke Heritage, entering your 8th year at Parke Heritage, and Coach, another Gobbler games, and just exciting that we're getting ready to start a basketball season again.
It is. This is always the fun time of the year. Nobody's lost a game yet. Everybody's excited to get started. Everybody's excited to see what everybody's team looks like. I know for our guys, they're ready to play against somebody else. So it's always an exciting time of year, and this tournament or this one-day shootout, whatever you want to call it, really kind of sets the season off to a good start and kind of sets the tone for the early part of the season pre-Wabash Valley Classic, and looking forward to it.
And of course, the last several years have been great success at Parke Heritage. Every year, a new year. How do you keep? I know you talked about just a moment ago, guys being hungry. How do you keep guys from kind of resting on their laurels of 20-win seasons and then looking forward to the challenges of this year?
Well, I think that's always a challenge, and I'm not sure we're perfect with it. But we've been fortunate. Our guys have done a good job of staying grounded and staying hungry. Some of that might have to do with our schedule a little bit, since we play some really big dogs, and we don't win every game on our schedule. At the end of the day, we've got great kids. They have good parents. They've been brought up the right way. They're really good students. Really good citizens, and they just get it. And ultimately they have one goal in mind, and that's to play in the last game of the season and win that. So it's a big goal, and only one team gets to do it each class. So that obviously is a long way down the road, but I have been proud, and that's something I've always, as a coach, worried about is that getting complacent, and even our people. I don't sense that with our fans and our community either. They're not complacent. They're not taking it for granted, and they appreciate our guys and the product that we put out there, and we're looking forward to do it another year.
I definitely looking forward to going back to the state championship and seeing Parke Heritage in there again. Was there several years ago when we got close, and but this year's team. What can you tell us about the makeup of this year's team?
Well, we've got 6 of our top 8 from last year back. We got a transfer kid from county school down the road from us that's going to be a big help. That averaged a bunch of points as a sophomore last year, and he's finding his way and fitting into his role with us. So we've got we really have 7 guys in our roster that have started a meaningful varsity basketball game. So we've got a lot of experience. But we also have some younger guys that, while they've played a little bit, they're still a little bit unproven. And, it's kind of their time now. Losing players like BT Wren or BT Luce and Wren Harper, those are hard guys to replace. And, we do have good, young, talented guards, but now it's their turn. And that's, the fun part in coaching is kind of watching that transpire and see what those guys do with those opportunities. And, looking forward to that. But, we feel like we have a very – we're going to be very balanced again. It's not going to shock me if we have 5 guys averaging double figures again this year. Our guys share the ball really well. We've obviously got some great size with Isaac and Carter, and Trey's been our point guard since he got into high school. And, I'm biased, but he's one of the better ones in the state, if not the best. And, he's had a tremendous career, and I know what his end goals are, and I know what all those guys' end goals are, and I look forward to watching them try to attain them.
I'm glad you went there, and I don't want to make this just about your son, but you do have a senior in your household. Talk to us about, and people have been watching him for several years. I love watching him play. Tell us about his development and what you're looking out of him as one of your senior leaders. What are you looking for him to improve on this year?
Well, I'm really proud of Trey. I'm really proud of the career he's had to this point, and obviously, he's got another year to go. I'm also the guy that's been the hardest on him up to this point, and I've told myself, I've told my wife, I've told a lot of people, all my closest friends, my goal this season is to kind of sit back a little bit more and enjoy it, and because we've been known to get into some heated exchanges during practice and games, and he's a senior now, and he's been through the battles. So I'm hoping those times are past us. Can't promise that, but I am going to try to enjoy it. And he's it's like when he his whole recruitment process. and he's going to go to a really good place, and it's a really good fit for him. But all the coaches that I talk to, obviously Trey's a really talented basketball player, but his biggest trait is he's a winner. And, you don't come in as a high school freshman getting the keys turned over to you, starting another freshman and 2 sophomores and lead a team to the semi-state without, having a little bit of something inside of you and a little something special. And, he's built on that his entire career. And, I look for him this year, his scoring average has dropped every year, but that's because our other guys have gotten better and because he understands his role as a point guard isn't necessarily always to score. It kind of was a little bit as a freshman, but it's kind of evolved into being more of a true point guard as he's gotten older. My big thing with him is just to lead our team and be the, he's tough too. So he's, to me, his leadership stands out more than anything, and that's what I want to see out of him all season.
Well, Coach, another season upon us. Best of luck to you and your squad this year, and we'll be seeing you a lot down this road.
Thanks, Walt. Appreciate it.